Hi guys, it's Talia. Today is Tuesday, March the 8th. It's my birthday. Yay! Today is going to be a long one. I have the obligatory whips for you. And I also have a couple of things to show you that I got in. And also thought I would do a couple of tags that have kind of been making the rounds recently. Come on. I told you. She knows as soon as I start doing a video. Yeah, go over there. Over there. How about there? Here we go again. No, you can't lay on my projects. You need to go over there. As usual, I have to have all my stuff kind of laying around me so that I have easy access to it. And she wants to be up here with me. Come on. She wants to be up here with me. So, yeah. Maybe this will keep her happy for a few minutes. I've been kind of working on a little bit of everything as much as possible in this past week, and the progress is not going to seem like that much. I did do the smart thing, and I did manage to get some pictures of where I was at last week before I started working on them, because a lot of times I don't think about getting a picture until I've actually already started on working on it again. Thinking where to start first. I'll just go ahead and dive in. First off is going to be, since it's always just right here, it's going to be Pokemon. And let me show you a picture of what the whole thing looks like. And then I will insert a screenshot from where I was last week. And here is where I'm at today. As you can see, Lugia is completely done. Well, except for there's a few black stitches that are supposed to be right here. It's kind of an outline. But he is done. He is completely 100% done. This is actually like a dark navy blue. It looks black, but these are dark blues. Make up your mind. And finished him off, and then, as I promised, once I finished him off, I did a few more of these squares. A couple yellow ones, a couple of them right here. More kind of like in this area where the ones that were like not full blocks. So yeah, and I'm going to continue down with the blocks and get the page done of the blocks and then move on. I don't know if I'm going to start the character that's right here. I don't know if I'm going to start him yet or not, but I know there's one that's right here, right in the center right here. But yeah, I'll make that decision when I get to it. There's many different directions I can go, so that will do that. This thing always wants to turn upside down. It's like top heavy. And look, like I said, my needle always ends up on the back, because I think it's a safer place. Because I like to throw things in my bag, and sometimes I'm always scared the needle's gonna fall off. If I put it on, even if I put it on this one, which is a little bit more flat, I'm scared the needle's gonna rub and it's gonna come off. So that's Pokemon. Sorry. And the next one is going to be Adele Kate. looks something like this. And here is my progress. Oh, here's where I was at last week. And here, let me get everything. I started putting it in the bag. I don't know why. I just felt like it. I took a picture of it for Facebook, and I took it off. Let me rewind myself. I had took it off of the Q-snap so that I could take a picture of it because I was pretty much finished with it for the week. As much as I was going to do on it. So I just kind of put it in the kit bag. Yeah. So if I didn't already, I'll put in a picture of where I was last week. And this is where I am. This is where I stopped. Pretty decent progress, I think. That's just me. Make sure I get turned around here. I worked on this side over here. I completely finished off the practice patience side over here. And I had to actually frog out the entire word practice because it was a stitch too high. There's supposed to be, there was supposed to be 3 stitches between this and here. And I had only done 2. So the entire word was off. Luckily, I finished off the thread after I did the E, so it didn't bleed, it didn't go over into this word. So I went ahead and did this word, and then I went back and redid practice. So I did that, and then I moved up and did this line here, B per snickety, and little fish. If you hear a lot of notifications, yeah, it's because it's my birthday. And there's going to be a lot of Facebook notifications about people posting on my timeline. So yeah. Yeah. So that's what I've gotten so far. There's 1 line above this, and there is 2 lines down here. 2 lines left down here at the bottom. And the top line is just where it says cat lessons for people. Okay. And that is that. So, screenshot time. And that's the only way I'm going to be able to get pictures of where I was when I do my next video. Why does she always do that right when I'm making videos? Like, she always has to do that. She uses litter box, and she doesn't actually scratch the litter. She scratches at the box. It's one of those covered boxes. And I'm like, you're not covering up anything. You're just scratching the box. Anyway, enough about my cat's pastime habits. What was I doing? Oh yeah. See, I get so many whips, I forget what I'm doing. Then we have what I was working on for the February sale in Stitch Mania, which was the We Love Stitching sale. I didn't get a whole lot done this week. I'm still kind of working. And I didn't make the realization I'm going to have to possibly buy another skein of the Classic Colorworks, the pink that I thought I was going to have enough of. It's taking more than I realized. But anyway, here, I could show you. This is the pattern. If you can see it off of this, you're awesome. You're you don't need to be cross-stitching, you need to be doing something else. This is the pattern. Free pattern off of Facebook group, Stitchers Guild. Cross Stitchers Guild, sorry. And here sorry, let me show you where I was last week. See, I'm trying. And here is what I've gotten done on so far this week. I said not much. Finished off the word cross. And then I started on the heart with this variegated floss. There we go, looks a little better. And this was actually, when I got this is all floss that was left over from the ABCs of Parenting. Listia Kate ABCs of Parenting. What the freak is that? Really? Anyway. And I thought I was going to have more. I had a little bit left over. I had like 2 skeins left of this blue, which is, I'm fine on that. I'm good with that. So, then I started on this. Why are you trying to scratch at a plastic box? I swear to God, she's going to be the death of me. She's trying to enter into psycho mode right now. So yeah, this is where I'm at now. But I thought I was going to have more of this pink. And, well, I had pink. And I guess I thought it was going to be enough. I don't know if it's going to be enough, because not only is it here in this heart, it's also down the little the X's in these boxes right here, and there's like a couple of more lines down here. So there's going to be a good bit used. So I may need to go and buy another skein of that one. And it's Prickly Pear. I believe it's Classic Colorworks. But you know how Listia Kate does. It's either Classic Colorworks or Weeks Dye Works. I want to say it's Classic Colorworks. But I may be wrong. I tend to do that. But yeah. Because I have a feeling I'm going to finish this, and I'm really going to try to finish this heart with just this little bit of floss left. That's my dirty secret. Is that I tend to get as far as I possibly can with floss. And what little bit I have left, just that little bit left right there. It's all like not full lengths of thread, it's like pieces. I may be able to get 1 or 2 of these boxes done with that, because they are kind of, they're thicker X's. It's not just like one line it's not just one line of stitches, they're kind of thicker. So yeah. And my Marilyn Monroe needle minder from Minding My Minders. So that's that one. And I know I'm forgetting to say what each one of these is being done on. The Listia Kate Cat Lesson for People is being done on a hand dye from Lucas at Fabrics by LJ. I believe it's an 18 count Ada. This one is a 16 count Ada. This one is a 16. It's actually a dyed piece. It's a hand dyed from a dyer that's no longer around. You can kind of see the modeling there. I've never been crazy about yellow, and yellow is not one of my favorite colors, but this happened to be a perfect size piece that I had in my stash. And I just kind of up and decided to start this project when February came around, like I did with the March piece that I'm fixing to show you. And the last piece I'm going to show you, I showed you a little bit of progress on it last week. It's a digital pattern, so I'll show you what it's supposed to look like. And let me was last week. And this is where I am this week. On Fast and Furious. Finished off Dom. See, he has a head now. Finished off Dom. This little necklace, this little backstitch necklace gave me the hell of a time. Because it goes over stitches. Like, it goes over stitches. Why can't she just be still? But anyway, finished off Dom. Little frickin' necklace gave me. It's supposed to be a cross. Can you see the little one that goes like crossways? I don't know. I guess you can. I hope you can see it. But finished him off and started on Letty. But the only thing is, I have an opinion. I have to ask a question. I wanted your guys' opinion. I started this without actually fully kitting it. I just happen to have these colors already in my stash, which she's going to be the death of me, I swear to God. Callie, go somewhere and sit down. And preferably not under the table. Stop. You're driving me crazy. Lay down. Yeah, lay down right there. She's driving me crazy. She always waits and does this when I'm doing a video. Anyway. Yeah, I have a question. I started this without fully kitting it up first. So, as I'm going, I'm looking through, well, up until now, I've been going through and looking through my stash to see what I had. Her green shirt, she has a green shirt on with like a gray tank top over it, something like that. The green shirt is done in 904, which is like medium parrot green, I think. I have 905 in my Pokemon kit, and I always get 2 of every skin too, especially when I'm kitting up larger projects like that. I get 2 of everything. I have 905. I don't know. But there's also that same green in the car that's over here too. So I don't know. I'm just gonna go. You know what? I'll probably just go to Michael's anyway and finish getting the rest of the colors for these, making sure that I have them. But yeah. That's Fast and Furious for this week. And then the Doctor Who Needle Minder from Minding My Minders. So, that's it for the whips. At least the ones that I'm working on, that I'm actively working on. I got a couple of things in this week from Listia. You know what? Let me go ahead and show you this. I didn't show you this last week because I hadn't really got much progress done on it. I haven't gotten any progress done on it this past week. So technically this is the progress from last week. So, yeah. So this is Lost Boys. See, not a lot done. This is Michael's hair right here. And I'm just going to continue to work down the rest of the page and then probably move over. Yeah. So yeah, this Lost Boys. This is the progress that I told you I didn't make. This was the couple of rows of black. And I guess you can see, I was a little bit shocked that they had a couple of stitches of navy blue in there. But you know what? I can't even tell where they are anymore. I can't even tell where they are. Even looking at it close up, I cannot tell for the life of me where those stitches of navy blue are. And they're literally like, one stitch is somewhere over here, and there's another stitch or two like over here. I don't even remember where they are. So I guess it really made no difference. So yeah, that's Lost Boys. Told you it wasn't much. Told you it wasn't much. But yeah. I'm gonna work on this today. I'm gonna get something done on this one today. Because it's my birthday, I can work on whatever I want to. Assuming I don't have a ton of other life things get in the way. So yeah. So yeah, that's my whips. That's all of them. A couple of things I got in from Listia. I got in, and I don't really know why I bought this, or why I won this, why I got this, but I just felt like I had to have it. There it is. Sorry, I'm fiddling around too much with this. I'm OCD. I want to put it back in the way it came. First of all, I won this. And y'all have seen it too much already. This is the Adele Kate, A Good Marriage. And this is actually the kit. This is a full unused kit. Like, I don't know why I bought this. Unless I see somebody, unless I have somebody in the near future, unless I get married, I don't know who I would make this for. But not only is it this kit, the girl actually already had the 32, the called for model fabric. The called for 32 count, 18 by 27 lambswool linen. This stuff is stiff. This is as stiff as Ada is. I mean, isn't linen supposed to be soft or softer? This stuff is so stiff. Like, I was in shock. I'm like, this is supposed to be linen? Why is it so stiff? I don't know where this came from. I don't know what company this came from. Probably, both of them probably came off of 1, 2, 3 Stitch. But this stuff, you hear that? That's how stiff this stuff is. This thing is like starched beyond belief or something. Something, I don't even know. But yeah, it's a beigey color. I may give this a go. I'm going to have to measure. I may have something else in mind for this. Yeah, this is the size of it. I don't know. I keep getting this stuff that has linen, and I have yet to use linen. So, we'll see. I may use this for the home again. I don't know yet. I'm still considering that one. I don't know why I'm thinking so much about that pattern and what fabric I would put it on. But I am. Because I definitely want to do it. And then, the most exciting part, I actually won both of these from the same girl in 2 different listings, but it was the same user. I won this. This needs no introduction. I'm sure you all realize what this is. This is a bag o' Kreinik, or Kreinik, however you want to say it. And I was looking at this when I first got it, when it first came in the other day. Yeah, some of this isn't Kreinik. Some of this, like this, can't see it. This one is still in the plastic. Maybe somebody might recognize where this comes from or what it is. I would like to know. This isn't exactly Kreinik. This looks like some type of, I don't want to take it out yet. It looks like some type of flat, like a flat thread. I don't know, you can kind of see that or not. Glare, there we go. See? I don't know what that is. Maybe somebody can help me recognize what that is. And then there's this blue kind. It's going to be harder to see what this is. Kind of see what that is. It's very sparkly. It looks like to be another flat, like another flat braid like this is. Those three are pretty much, and this one. And this is another one. Kind of a minty green color. Yeah, those are the only ones that are different. The rest of this is Kreinik. Been debating on whether or not to go through each and every one of these. What is this? Number 102. It just says cord. Cord 102C. Like some of this. I was looking through this stuff. Kind of trying to get an idea. I kind of pulled this one out and was playing with it because I've never seen Kreinik in real life before. This is a number 8 braid, 032. And I did notice that a lot of this is actually blending filament. This is another 8 braid, 32. Yeah, got a couple of these. And there's the 032 blending filament. If somebody could please tell me the difference. I think I know what the difference is. Never mind. And then we have another 032 blending filament. There's a couple of these. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. I'm going to kind of split these off between blending filaments and actual braids. This is whatever this is Japan threads. Japan threads 002J. Very fine, like very fine. I can see that. So this is something different. And then we have 04 04 braid, number 4 braid 002, gold color. Yeah. And then we have another blending filament 003HL, pretty red. I wonder if this could be used, because I see, like where you see, not Tracy P, Jennifer Apodaca, you see her doing her gridding in the, why do I always go blank? And that other stuff. It's in my head, but I just can't pull it up right now. I wonder if this might be a substitute for that. Possibly? Maybe. Silky Sliver. That's what it was. I wonder if this might be this red blending filament might be a possible substitute for a Silky Sliver. And then we have, I think this might be another one here. I think this is the same thing. Hold on. I'm coming. I think that's the same thing. Yeah, there's a couple of those. And then we have a couple of these green ones. I think there's a notification. Sorry. And then we have two of these, which is the 008 green blending filament. Like a Christmas green. A couple of those. And then I'm kind of starting to just pull these out. 001. There seems to be a few of these. That's the braid. Japan threads. 08 braid. And then we have two of the number 8 silver, and then two of the 001 blending filament in silver. So yeah, those go right there. And then there's actually a silver, a Japan thread. What did I do with it? It just had it. Oh well. Japan threads, blending filament. I showed you that. And then we have, this is a 091 blending filament, kind of a pale yellow. This doesn't go over here. Yeah, it does, blending filament. So I'm trying to keep these separated. And then we have a braid, like a neon yellow 054 blending filament. Like I said, this is neon yellow. This is not showing up crap right now. Yeah. Think 80s neon yellow. Yeah. Another blending filament. She has a lot. There's a lot of blending filaments in here. And then we have. This is a 007 cord. Very pretty, like a Barbie pink almost. I don't know what the cord is. I've heard y'all talk about blending filaments and then the actual Kreinik's number 8 and number 4 braids, but I've never heard of cord, so I couldn't tell you what that was. I couldn't tell you what that was for. Stop. Stop. I don't know why you went down there so bad. Hold on. Stop. Okay. Now, where was I? Now that I've cleared space for her, now she wants to come up here. Behave. Anyway. Yeah, what was I saying? I've never heard anybody talk about the cord, so I don't know what that's for. And then we have, I think there's two of these. 205C, no. Okay, guess not. Then we have the 205C cord, lovely, like an antique gold color. And then the 002. This is another cord, 002 cord, more of a gold cord. And then we have a 006 blending filament, pretty turquoisey blue color. It goes, where did blending filaments go? And then there's a neon pink blending filament, 055 F, neon with a neon yellow. I don't know what I'm going to do with any of this stuff because I haven't actually gotten into any patterns, and I'm not looking at future any patterns that have any of this stuff in it, but at least I have it. And then we have the number 8 fine braid 007. Very pretty, another pretty like a Barbie pink. I'm getting toward the end here. 052 blending filament, kind of off-white. And then these little cap things like to come off. And then we have another blending filament, 002 blending filament, gold. And then lastly but not leastly, 051C, like a blue cord, royal blue. And about the color of my shirt. And that is my lovely haul from Listia. That was back in here for now. If anybody knows, can tell me about what the cord is, or if there's any specific uses for it, let me know. I guess the patterns will tell you if it needs cord. And then what the heck these are. And so these three aren't open. These three are still in the plastic, but this one is different. This one is like, where's the end? They've tied it off and knotted it, I think. Yeah. Anyway, this is the cord. You can see it. This one is different, I think, from the other ones. This one is more of a cording. These other three are like thicker. To me, they look thicker. So that's something different entirely. If anybody recognizes what those are, where they're from, what possible applications they may have, let me know. Because I think maybe I might have enough subscribers now that actually get back to me on stuff like this. But that's my haul from Listia, and that's pretty much all the regular stuff that one could have in their video. And I am going on 40 minutes now, so yeah, this is going to be a longer video, and I still have the 2 tags that I wanted to do. I wanted to go ahead, oh, I forgot these, goodness. An 005 black blending filament, and the neon orange 051 blending filament. Sorry. But yeah, I wanted to do the 2 tags that have come up recently in Flosstube, and that is the pearl tag from Kate, the Queen of Starts, and then also the Fer Realz Tho tag from Adele. So we're going to start off. I had to write them down because I only have my iPad and I kind of need it right now. So I had to write them down. First of all, I want to do the pearl tag. And like I just said, it was from the Queen of Starts. It was in video number 22, which was posted on February 26th. I will post it in the description. I will post a link to it in the description. Question 1. Question 1. What irritates you the most about cross stitch in general and why? Probably the amount of time it takes to get something done, to get a project done. Just because it's slow going. And I wish I was faster, but I'm not. I still work on hoops and Q-snaps and try to do a frame. The big American Dream products, whatever. The lap stand frame. But I was hunched over too much, so I might try something different. I'm trying to get. I have one on my birthday wish list from a specific person for more of the stand that you can just clip whatever you're working on onto it. But yeah, that's my most. Yeah, things take a long time, especially for me. I feel like I'm slow. Number 2, what designer irritates you the most and why? I haven't worked with too many designers to really have an opinion, to have much of an opinion. But from what I've heard, Hades in general, I know that Hades have different designers, I know that. But Hades in general have a lot of confetti. They're beautiful, but they have a lot of confetti. But designers in specific, I said I don't really know much about a lot of designers. I've never worked a lot of different designers to know the difference. So, yeah. I mean, that's the only thing I can say is, the designs, the Hades designs, they're beautiful, but I've heard they have a lot of confetti, and that kind of intimidates me. I mean, I'm used to working, I worked confetti before, and I hate it. Number 3, what stitch irritates you and why? Again, I haven't really done much other than, like, full crosses, half crosses, back stitching. I can tell you, having the back stitch over cross stitch, that irritates the crap out of me because because you can't like run it one stitch at a time. You have to run the long stitch for it to stay straight. And a lot of times when it's over multiple stitches like that, it's not going to be centered in the on the square. So quarter stitches, I guess. One quarter stitches, where you just have the one little half line from like the center to one hole. I guess that irritates me, because I'm like, what's the point? Might as well do a 3/4 stitch. What irritates you about non-stitchers? That they don't get your excitement about what you're working on, and about flosses and patterns and stuff. See? Shouldn't have gotten yourself down there, huh? Tried to tell you. But yeah, non-stitchers, I could be all excited and like thinking, oh, this pattern is so gorgeous. And like, can't you see, you know, it's beautiful, I really want to do this. And they're like, yeah, it's pretty. They don't get it. What irritates you about other stitchers? The fact that some people, and I don't know anybody in specific, so I'm not thinking about anybody specific. This is from what I've heard about some things that have gone on in not just Flosstube, but also in the Facebook groups, is that some people are very judgmental. Some people can be very judgmental about, you know, that you're supposed to look a certain way, you're supposed to be doing certain things, and you know, that your stitching is not as good as theirs. You know, there's some people can be very judgmental, and that's just kind of like, really, not all of us can be on the same level, and not all of us do the same things. And you know, that's what makes this hobby so great, is that we can pick what we like, and we can work at our own pace. We can, you know, at our own expertise level, and you know, do what we're comfortable with. And if we want to move outside our comfort zone, then we can. But yeah, just don't be so judgmental, people. We're all in this together. We're all in this common thing. So yeah, that was it for the pearl tag. A little short and sweet tag. Thanks for your tag, Kate. Hope you enjoyed the answers. The next one is the Fer Realz Tho tag from Adele. And I actually had to do some prep work for this one, because I had to kind of take a physical note of my whips and stuff. That's a little bit longer tag. It's 10 questions. It was originally posted, she had a whole separate video for it. It was originally posted on February 29th. And I will post the link to it down in the description. First question, what level of stitcher do you consider yourself to be? Oh, sorry. Let me do this correctly. Fer Realz Tho, what level of stitcher do you consider yourself to be? I am upper level beginner. I've only been doing videos since August of last year, and at that time I was only working on 14 count Aida, and I'm not doing Aida. I'm not doing 14 count Aida anymore. In fact, that will come up later in a later question, so I don't want to go into it too much, because I've been known to ramble, if you haven't noticed. But yeah, and on a scale of like 1 to 10, like another Flosstuber did, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm probably about a 3 or a 4. I'm still doing like projects with full crosses in them, with not a lot of backstitching. Well, I haven't done anything with backstitching, actually. How did I manage to avoid that? I don't know how I managed to avoid that. I've done backstitching in the past, on one of my other previous projects that have taken me 20 years to do. But here lately, since I've been on Flosstube since last year, I haven't done anything with backstitching. How has that happened? I don't avoid it. I just managed to pick out stuff that doesn't have backstitching, I guess. But I've moved up to even weave. I do have that, but I'm still kind of like on 28 count even weave. I just haven't gotten the opportunity to move up to anything bigger than that. Haven't done any specialty stitches. Haven't yet actually worked with Kreinik, even though I just showed you I got my first Kreiniks in. Or, you know, anything like Petite Treasure Braid or anything like that. But yeah, I'm still kind of like an upper level beginner. I'm not like a newbie that only knows 14 count full cross. I know a little bit more than that, but not expert level yet. So, Fer Realz Tho, how many whips and UFOs do you honestly have? This includes things you gave up on and throughout. This is the one that I had to actually take stock of everything that I'm working on. I have 6 active whips. UFOs, I have a count of 4 UFOs, but for where they sit now, 2 of those are going to be restarts here sometime this year, which is going to be the Dale Earnhardt Jr. and the, his name is, my Jesus pattern. I don't know if you can see it. This is the one that I actually went back and watched my very first video. I was about to start this one then. That's how long it's been. And I'm not crazy about it. Since I've kind of moved up in my knowledge, I'm not really crazy about it anymore, the choices. So I'm going to restart that one. Luckily I haven't gotten very far. But I'm gonna pick a different fabric and I'm gonna restart that one. Dale Earnhardt Jr. Again, we're going 14 count Ada because that's all I knew at the time, and I hate it. I was doing this for my cousin and I hate it. Yeah. I mean, the actual look is fine, but the whole having to use 3 strands just to get this coverage on it, yeah, I don't like that. So I'm going to be restarting that on probably either a 16 or an 18 count. But yeah, those are going to be restarts, but they're UFOs for now, the way they sit. The 2 that I found back last year in the bag that I had been working on from decades ago was my son's birth announcement sampler. I don't know if I'm going to finish that or not, just because I'm not really liking it anymore. I'm just not in love with it. I need to for posterity, but I just can't get into it anymore. And then the other one that I had just barely started back then was the Tiger, and I just don't like the pattern anymore. My tastes have completely changed. So those 2 are technically the UFOs. And then Dale Earnhardt and his name is Jesus one are going to be restarted, but the way they sit now are UFOs. But then I have 6 active whips. So yeah. Next question. For Realz Tho, are you enabled easily? Not really. I will see something that somebody else is working on and I think, oh, that's really pretty, I need to go get that. Like, one example of that, definitely that I know about, was when I saw Springfield Stitcher. She had purchased a pattern called Christmas Town, USA. And I'm like, because I know exactly where that place is, I grew up near that place, back in North Carolina. It's actually a town in North Carolina, that people come from far and wide every Christmas season. The whole town lights up. It's a beautiful place. If you ever get a chance to go see it, you should see it. But I saw she had this pattern, and she was talking about it's actually a real place. It's in North Carolina, I think. And she was reading the description, and I'm like, I know where that's at. I need to get that pattern because I know exactly where that place is at. That's near my hometown. And I did. I went to 123 Stitch, or wherever it was I found it. No, I found it on Etsy. Sorry. I found it on Etsy, and I added it to my cart. That was a couple months ago. It's still sitting in my cart, because I'm still debating back and forth on whether or not to actually pull the trigger and buy it. And that's the way I am. I will see something I like, and if I like it enough, I'll add it to my cart, or to my wish list, or whatever, and it'll sit there for months and months and months. And that's, if I come back to it, if I continue to like it as much as I did when I first saw it, then eventually I'll buy it. But I'm not like easily enabled to where I just have to go out and buy something. And I think a good part of that is actually because I don't have a lot of money just to go out and buy stuff. So no, I don't consider myself to be enabled easily. I will get influenced easily, but not enabled to actually buy stuff. Next question. For reals though, do you suffer from SADD, Stitcher's Attention Deficit Disorder? I don't think so. I can work a long time on one thing, but then every once in a while I get the urge to, I just need something different, you know? But no, not really. I mean, I can work for a whole day on something, and granted, I'll not want to pick it up again for another week, but like my Lost Boys, the sheer size of it keeps me from working on it a lot. But once I do actually start working on it, I'll, you know, on my days off, I'll sit there and stitch on it the whole day. Or as much as I can that day, depending on what I have to do. So no, not really. I guess that's one of my best features, is that I have the patience. Number 5. For reals though, have you ever finished a full coverage project? Like example, a hay, tilting crafts, etc. If your answer is no, how far have you got? No. And that's because I have only recently started working on full coverage projects within the last 6 months. And one is the Pokemon, which I started. The first one was the Pokemon, which I started for my son. And I've already showed you the progress on that one. It's probably only about 10% done. And then the second one was the Lost Boys, which I just showed you also. And that's really only like 1% done. But that's, yeah. I haven't been even trying to work on full coverage stuff long enough to have much progress on it, let alone a finish. Number 6. For reals though, do you enjoy confetti? I don't mind it if there's not a lot of it, but like in the case of the Dale Earnhardt, it was like, Dale Earnhardt is confetti hell. Just because the finished product is supposed to be camouflage, like the real tree camouflage with the trees and the sticks and the leaves and stuff. Confetti hell. No, I don't enjoy that. That's probably one of the reasons I've given up on it. But I wanted to do it for my cousin, so I still kind of need to push through, but I need to restart it on a smaller count. But in other cases, if it's not too crazy, I don't mind, because I don't park. So, yeah. I try not to park. I've never parked. I might try parking on when I redo the Dale Earnhardt. I don't know. Still up in the air. Number 7. For reals though, how many finishes do you have this year so far, and how does this compare to your whip/UFO number from question 2? This year, I think I've only finished... In January, I finished a Christmas pattern that was supposed to be for my son, and I still have yet to FFO any of those 3, which I need to do here in the next couple weeks before my son leaves from North Carolina. Because he's moving back to North Carolina to live with his grandmother. But I need to read. That's the only one I've actually finished this year. And that was the Slipknot one that I started back in November. I think, and I didn't get it finished until early January. So yeah, one thing I finished in 2016. And it was actually a 2015 project. Number 8. For reals though, are you bothered by your answer to the last question? Would you rather have a smaller or larger number? I guess I'm a little bothered, but I'm working on quite a few larger pieces. So they're not pieces that can be finished very quickly. The bulk of what I'm working on, obviously with Pokemon, Lost Boys, those two being very, very large full coverages. Pokemon is like 17 by 21, I think. Lost Boys is going to be 24 by 36. And then we have Listia Kate, and probably my smallest one is the I Heart Cross Stitching, and you see I've been working on it since beginning of February, and I still haven't finished it. I just don't get a lot of time. You know, the bulk of my time is actually working on it at work, which is probably not the best thing to be doing, but that's the bulk of my time that I get to work on anything. And that's the only reason I get as much done as I do. If I were to only stitch at home and not at work, I wouldn't be anywhere near close to where I'm at on any of this stuff. Well, except for the other two, the I Heart Cross Stitching and the Fast and Furious. So yeah, to answer the question, I'm a little bothered, but I don't stress about it. I finish stuff when I finish it. I would like for it to be higher, but it's not incredibly important to me. You know, just to churn stuff out for the sake of getting finishes. I'm a process stitcher. I enjoy the process of cross stitching, because with everything that I have to deal with at work, I like to be able to just escape into cross stitching, especially when I'm at home. I mean, when I'm trying to do it at work, obviously I can't escape too much, but it just kind of, with the focus that it takes to work on it, the concentration, then it kind of helps me not have to think about a lot of things. So that's why I'm not bothered by how many finishes I have. Number 9. For reals though, do you have any perhaps embarrassing dirty little stitchy secrets? I don't know if you consider it a secret. When I was cross stitching last year, when I first started doing videos, I only worked in 14 count Ada because that's what I learned on, that's what I was most familiar with. But I eventually started working out of that, beginning with the ABCs of Parenting that I did, Listia Kate that I did for my sister. And started working my full coverages on 18 count, 16 count Ada. My secret, I guess you could call, if you call it a secret, I mean, I don't know if you'd call it a secret. I cannot stand, I will not ever work on 14 count Ada again. I'll work on 2/2. I mean, I'll work over 2 on a 28 count, but you will never catch me buying 14 count Ada ever again, because I will not work on it. I still have some in my stash. It would take not desperation, but it would, I doubt I would work on it. I can't stand it anymore. I can't stand the coverage. I'm still going to finish up my Psychedelic Seahorse. I don't mind the look that it gives, even though it's not like 100% coverage. Stitches aren't 100% coverage. I don't mind that look. I don't mind the way it looks. So I can live with that, but I will not ever buy 14 count Ada again. hand dyed or not. If it's a kit and it says 14 count Aida included, no, I will not buy it. Unless something comes along in the future that I just love, like I'm just completely in love with it, then I might buy it, but then I'll switch the fabric out. I know that's always an option, but I don't want to waste my money on getting a kit and having fabric included that I'm not going to use. So yeah, I will not ever, I'm not ever going back to 14 count Aida. And the last question, Fer Realz Tho, I dare you to show me your messiest back. That could be a toss-up. The first one was the Dale Earnhardt Jr. that I just showed you. I haven't showed you the back yet. And keep in mind, like I said, I don't park. I cross-country stitch, which means I will do a color on a page, wherever it may be. And I'll just, like, keep carrying. This is the back of that one. I know you guys are considering this. Oh, that's not messy. That's good. I mean, that's not that bad. It's the back of that one. To me, it's a little messy. Because it's like there's blocks of color for the most part. But then you get down to somewhere like here and you've got all these confetti stitches. Yeah. That's why I say this thing is confetti hell. And then like with these couple of colors right here, right there, you know, there's like a few stitches here and there. The other one would have been my baby birth sampler I did for my son. Hold on, let me go get that. Okay. I'm back. This thing is so freaking stained. It's another reason why I probably won't continue on this one anymore. This is the back of it. This was a piece that I started 20 years ago. And I know I've showed this in one of my earlier videos when I first found it. But this was a person that thought they were ready for a birth sampler. I warn you, it's bad. Specifically, the worst part is this elephant guy right here. I don't know, maybe it's not too bad, but it's just, it was... These things were tied off so badly, like, I don't even know what the hell I was doing. I don't know what I was doing with myself. Like, they're knotted off, and they're not even tied underneath. Like, what was I doing? What was I doing? Like, can somebody please go back to 20 years ago and slap me and tell me, what were you doing? What are you doing? You don't know what the hell you're doing. This is horrible. It really is. Like, this is horrible. That's my messiest back. Front of it looks good. The front of it, the front of it is a lie. The front of it looks like somebody that knew what they were doing, or somewhat knew what they were doing. As I mentioned in my last video, some of the stitchers are going completely in a different direction. But yeah, I will not be continuing this one. You can kind of tell it's dirty, it's stained. Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely a UFO. And I just realized, well, I remembered that I still have a whole mess of floss in the bottom of the bag that this was stored in. So maybe I can look in there. I don't think there's going to be, I can look in there and see if I need any more floss, but for my Fast and Furious, I don't know if there's going to be any colors in there or not. So, yeah. That's the end of the, that's the end of the tags. Thanks Adele, and thanks Kate for your tag questions. Gave me something to do. So, and I hope you guys liked the answers. If not, oh well. So, and I've already gone past an hour. I am going to be editing some video out, but then after I do my other editing with my intro and my exit, yeah, that'll probably go on. This will be over an hour long video. Yeah. And that's why I wanted to do this early, because I know it's going to take forever to upload, if at all. So yeah. You may not see this video until tonight. So yeah. That's it for me this week, which was a lot. And I hope you guys have a blessed week. As always, have a great stitchy week, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.